Rick Perry was flying high as soon as he entered the race, and there was really nowhere to go but down for him.
You may not recognize this woman, but evangelical Christians know her voice. Janet Mefferd's show is carried on 180 stations. There is nothing like it on talk radio. And even if you're not a conservative or a Christian, you might want to know something about her views. Because as Tracy Kornet explains, her show could play a role in who becomes the Republican nominee for president.
This is the Janet Mefferd Show.
Thanks for being with us.
There's no separation between church and state in this radio booth.
Rick Perry really stumbled in that last debate.
Janet Mefferd isn't afraid to discuss religion or politics and seeks out points where the two collide.
What you want somebody to project is leadership, strength, conservative principles.
If someone's never listened to your show, how would you describe it?
I'm really trying to do a news talk show with a very Christian focus.
And I think homosexuality is the perfect issue for them to use to shut Christians up.
There's nothing off limits that we want to address from a biblical perspective.
Religion is on the table in the race for president.
Are we going to be individuals who stand by our faith?
The top Republicans make time for her show.
Michelle Bachmann and Rick Perry both have been pretty forthcoming about their faith, and Herman Cain too.
Why do you think these top candidates are vying to be on your show?
I think they know their audience and they know who they want to get behind them.
Plus, he's pro-life. Plus, he's pro-family.
Mefferd got her start as a print reporter covering religion. Now, her syndicated show is heard across the Bible Belt and beyond.
We got to still work hard.
The day after Herman Cain won the Iowa straw poll, we visited her studio at the Salem Radio Network in Irving.
Mr. Cain, great to welcome you back and congratulations.
Thank you, Janet. I'm happy to be on and I feel fantastic about the win.
The working mother of four also allowed us into her home for her first television interview.
Some people say politics and religion don't mix. What do you say?
I would agree. I would say that it's important to keep politics out of the church, but that doesn't mean that Christians cannot be involved in politics. But I think you have to be careful because you don't want to go around saying Jesus is a member of this party or that party. That's when it gets really, really dangerous.
Let's talk about some of these candidates. First of all, Michelle Bachmann.
The governor had said that.
Do you think the media is being fair to her?
No, I don't think the media is being fair to her.
My husband and I knew when we got into this race that our lives would be completely turned upside down. That's why we took 6 months to pray about this.
Rick Perry.
He all but announced that he would be running for president on my show. He stopped just short, but it was right after that he announced.
Some people say he came very close to saying that he believes God sent him a message telling him he should run for president. Is that what you heard him say?
Yeah, I don't remember the exact phrasing of that, but he did indicate that God was pushing him in that direction along with his wife. And yeah, I think that is close to what he said.
For the record, this is what Rick Perry said.
And it's been an incredible outpouring. And I can tell you that has given me the calmness in my soul that, God sends messages through a lot of ways and through a lot of messengers.
That's going to sway a lot of people.
Yeah, it probably will. And I'm a little bit not a fan of the Lord told me to as a general directive from on high.
So the Lord didn't tell you to be a talk radio host?
The Lord didn't tell me to be a talk radio host, no.
So are you from right here?
Mitt Romney is the only major Republican candidate that has not agreed to an interview yet.
Do you think it's just not comfortable knowing the Mormon versus Christian debate?
I would say that's a pretty safe bet. But I think it's also because Mitt Romney is really more of a big government liberal. He has done some flip-flopping and he proclaims his conservative credentials now, but from what I understand when I speak to Christians, they're not buying it.
Do you believe Christian evangelicals will choose the next president?
In any election, it's all about turnout. I think you're going to have a huge evangelical Christian turnout in this election.
And Janet Mefferd hopes they keep listening religiously.
We're going to go to a break. You're listening to The Janet Mefferd Show. We'll be back right after this.
Tracy Kornet, CBS 11 News.
Her critics are listening to the show, too. They accuse her of being anti-gay, against immigration, and prejudiced against Muslims. Mefferd says she is just trying to be true to her Christian beliefs while discussing current events.